marriage is a trap, a beautiful, shimmering, exquisitely decorated death trap. Modern relationships, rigged against men from the very start. A stacked deck in a game you're forced to play, with your heart, your finances, your very future as the ante. Are you ready to be a ghost, a whisper in the wind, answerable to no one but yourself? Are you ready to become utterly, irrevocably invisible to the system that seeks to drain you dry? To become a phantom, slipping through the cracks of societal expectations, a master of your own destiny, beholden to no one. This isn't about hiding. This isn't about fear. This, my friend, is about MGTOW men going their own way. And it's not a retreat, it's a strategic offensive. A calculated, deliberate, and ruthlessly efficient dismantling of the chains that bind you. We're talking about a full-scale assault on a societal structure meticulously, almost maliciously, designed to emasculate, to neuter, to turn you into a docile, obedient provider, a mere cog in the machine. A machine that grinds men up and spits them out, leaving them broken, bankrupt, and bitter. What does MGTOW offer? Unyielding freedom. The kind of freedom that makes your chest expand, your lungs fill with the crisp air of self-determination. The kind of freedom that allows you to look in the mirror and see not a pawn, but a king. And unbreakable self-ownership. Every breath you take, every dollar you earn, every decision you make yours and yours alone. No compromises, no negotiations, no begging for scraps from a table rigged against you. Imagine a life where you are the sole, undisputed master of your domain, where your will is law, and your happiness is not contingent on the whims of another. MGTOW men. They're not just men, they are the unchained wolves. Ferocious, independent predators, gloriously liberated from the decaying, stinking carcass of traditional expectations. They roam free, answering only to their own internal compass, their own primal instincts. They've shed the skin of the domesticated dog, the obedient pet, and embraced the raw, untamed power of the wolf. They are the apex predators of their own lives, masters of their fate, captains of their souls. They don't whimper, they howl at the moon, a defiant cry of independence against a world that wants them to be silent and submissive. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to deliver the brutal, unfiltered truth. The truth that they don't want you to hear. The truth that will shatter the illusions you've been fed since birth. This is about becoming indomitable, unbreakable, unconquerable. This is about forging yourself in the fires of self-reliance and emerging as a weaponized version of you. A man capable of navigating this treacherous world with absolute confidence and unwavering self-respect. This is about becoming a force of nature, a man who bends the world to his will, not the other way around. This is the path of the unchained wolf. Are you ready to walk it? The chains of modern society. Let's rip the veil off this charade, shall we? Look around you. We're drowning in a gynocentric swamp, a world meticulously engineered to strip men of their power, their resources, and their very essence. Don't tell me you haven't felt it, the crushing weight of a system designed to make you, a man, feel like a second-class citizen. Divorce courts. Don't make me laugh. They're nothing more than legalized theft, a modern-day inquisition where men are systematically fleeced. Alimony, that's financial servitude, plain and simple. You bust your ass for years, building a life, only to have it ripped away and handed over to someone who, more often than not, contributed far less. They call it fair. I call it highway robbery, a blatant attack on your masculine provider instinct, turning it into a weapon against you. Think of it. You're a force to work, not for your future, not for your dreams, but to fund someone else's life. It is indentured servitude masquerading as justice, a financial castration that leaves you a hollowed-out shell of your former self. And the false accusation industry. It's a thriving ecosystem of weaponized victimhood. One unsubstantiated claim, one whispered allegation, and your life is over. Your reputation is shredded, your career destroyed, your social circle evaporated. You're guilty until proven innocent, branded a pariah, a monster, even before a single shred of evidence is presented. This is the reality, the ever-present threat hanging over every man's head like the sword of Damocles, ready to drop at the slightest provocation. Why do you think so many men are terrified of even looking at a woman the wrong way? Because one wrong move, one misinterpreted glance, can lead to utter ruin. It is psychological warfare at its finest. Consider the statistics, the real statistics, not the ones they shove down your throat on mainstream media. Men are overwhelmingly the victims of violent crime. Yet, who are the ones constantly portrayed as the aggressors? Men are more likely to commit suicide, a silent scream of desperation that goes largely ignored. Men are falling behind in education, dropping out of the workforce, losing their sense of purpose. This is not a coincidence. It is a systematical designed to control. Think about the media, that relentless propaganda machine churning out image after image of pathetic, bumbling men, subservient to their female counterparts. The betaization of men is in full swing. Strong, independent, assertive men are demonized, labeled toxic, while weakness and emotional incontinence are celebrated. They're trying to neuter you, to strip you of your inherent masculinity, to turn you into a compliant, docile drone. They want you to apologize for your very existence, for your strength, for your ambition. They want you to reject your natural instincts, to become something you were never meant to be. It is a slow, insidious erosion of your very soul. Look at the relationships themselves. They're like beautiful Venus flytraps, alluring and enticing, promising connection and companionship. But once you're inside, the jaws snap shut. Your freedom is gone, your autonomy surrendered, your resources plundered. Marriage. It's a financial and emotional meat grinder, designed to chew you up and spit you out, leaving you broken, bankrupt, and emotionally scarred. The odds are stacked against you. The system is rigged. Do you really want to be another statistic, another casualty in this undeclared war on men? Do you want to be another emasculated, broken man, a shell of your former self, forced to beg for scraps from the table of a system that despises you? Do you want to live your life on your knees, constantly apologizing for your inherent nature? Or do you want to fight back? Do you want to reclaim your power, your freedom, your manhood? Are you ready to reject the shackles of this gynocentric world and forge your own path? Think long and hard, because your future depends on it. The choice is yours. Become enslaved or take your destiny into your own hands. Charting your own course. The MGTOW map to freedom. This isn't some weekend retreat to whine about your ex. This is a goddamn blueprint for forging an unbreakable you. It's about recognizing the levels of engagement in this war, and then choosing your level of commitment to total self-sovereignty. First, understand the spectrum. You have the situational MGTOW. He's the guy who's seen the writing on the wall, smelled the smoke, and knows the building's on fire. Might still date, might still entertain short-term flings, but he enters every interaction with eyes wide open, shields fully up. He's aware of the risks, understands the inherent dangers, and never relinquishes control. He's a cautious strategist, always 3 steps ahead, never letting his guard down. He enjoys the company, perhaps, but never at the cost of his freedom. Then you ascend. You move towards the hardcore MGTOW. This man is a ghost, a phantom. He has completely severed the chains. Long-term relationships, marriage, absolutely unthinkable. He sees these institutions for what they are, carefully constructed traps, designed to ensnare and ultimately destroy a man's spirit and resources. He's not bitter, he's liberated. He has chosen a life of complete and utter self-reliance, a path of solitary strength. He answers to no one, bows to no one. He is his own master, his own God. No matter your level, the core principle is the same: building an impenetrable fortress around your life. This requires 3 pillars, each as crucial as the others. 1. Financial independence. Your money is yours. This is not just about having a job. It's about building wealth. It's about creating multiple income streams, diversifying your assets, and becoming financially untouchable. Think like a goddamn king building his treasury. Every dollar earned is a brick in your fortress wall, shielding you from the financial predation that is so rampant. Alimony, child support, forget it. You are building a financial empire solely for your own benefit, accountable to no one but yourself. Consider entrepreneurship. Become the master of your own financial destiny, instead of a wage slave tethered to someone else's whims. Your money is your power. Guard it with your life. 2. Physical prowess. A strong body houses a strong mind. Become a weapon. This isn't about vanity. This is about survival. A weak body breeds a weak mind, and a weak mind is easily manipulated. Hit the gym, train in martial arts, learn to defend yourself. Become a physical force to be reckoned with, not to start fights, but to end them. Your body is a temple, yes, but it's also a weapon. Hone it, sharpen it, make it an instrument of your will. Think of the Spartan warriors, their bodies sculpted by relentless training, their minds forged in the fires of discipline. That is the ideal. Become a walking, breathing embodiment of strength and resilience. Let your very presence exude power and command respect, even fear. 3. Mental fortitude. Stoicism is your shield. The world will throw everything it has at you. Manipulation, emotional blackmail, guilt trips, these are the weapons of the weak. You must become immune. Stoicism is your armor. Learn to control your emotions, to detach from the drama, to rise above the petty squabbles of the world. Become a master of your own mind. Develop an unshakable sense of self-worth, rooted in your own accomplishments, not in the fleeting approval of others. Read Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. Learn from the masters of self-control. View every challenge as an opportunity to strengthen your resolve, to become even more indomitable. Aggressive self-improvement is the engine that drives all of this. But remember, this is not about attracting women. This is about becoming the absolute best version of yourself for your own sake. Acquire skills, master new trades, become a polymath, a Renaissance man. Learn languages, coding, carpentry, survival skills, anything that expands your capabilities and makes you more self-reliant. Pursue your passions with relentless intensity, not for external validation, but for the sheer joy of creation and mastery. Become a force of nature, unstoppable in your pursuit of self-perfection. And let's not shy away from the shadows. Embrace the dark triad, but wield these traits with precision. Positive narcissism. Absolutely. Believe in your own inherent worth, your superiority. Strategic Machiavellianism. Essential. Understand the game, anticipate the moves of others, and protect yourself at all costs. Controlled psychopathy. Learn to detach emotionally when necessary, to make cold, calculated decisions without being swayed by sentimentality. These are not flaws, they are tools. Use them wisely, and they will serve you well in this brutal, unforgiving world. They are the blades you use to cut the strings of manipulation. They make you untouchable. This, my friend, is the MGTOW map to freedom. It's a path of radical self-ownership, a journey to becoming utterly unbreakable. Listen to me, and listen well. This isn't about spewing venom at women. This is about an act of radical, earth-shattering self-love. It's about recognizing that the game, as it's currently constructed, is designed to bleed you dry financially, emotionally, and spiritually. It's about having the audacity, the sheer balls to say, no more. Are you going to continue to be a pawn in someone else's twisted game? Or are you going to start to be the master of your own fate? Become the architect of your own destiny. Forge yourself into something untouchable. Mold yourself into something unbreakable. Become the unchained wolf, a creature of pure will, unburdened by the shackles of societal expectation and the suffocating demands of a system rigged against you. Do you understand the power in those words? It's not a suggestion. It's a command. Picture this and burn it into your mind. You, standing defiant on the precipice of a mountain, the wind whipping through your hair. Below you, the world stretches out, a tapestry of chaos and conformity. But you are above it all. Your kingdom isn't built on fleeting relationships or the approval of others. It's a kingdom of one, built upon the bedrock of unshakable self-respect, forged in the fires of self-reliance, and solidified by absolute freedom. The air is thin, but you breathe deep, the taste of liberation intoxicating. You are answerable to no one but yourself. Your scars are badges of honor, testaments to the battles you fought and won alone. You are a sovereign nation, a force of nature, a god in your own right. This image, this is the truth. I'm asking you no, I'm challenging you. Are you ready to break free from the invisible chains that bind you, the insidious whispers that tell you to conform, to settle, to obey? Or will you remain a slave to the expectations of a world that seeks to diminish you, to castrate your spirit, to turn you into another obedient drone? This is the ultimate crossroads. There are no shades of gray. Are you ready to embrace a life of radical self-ownership, of uncompromising freedom, a life lived entirely on your terms? Or will you continue to crawl, begging for scraps of validation, a hollow shell of the man you were meant to be? Choose yourself. Not tomorrow, not next week,